Before I let you go, I would like to take a few seconds to talk about the future of deep learning and give you a brief outlook of what I think will happen in the future with deep learning, at least in the next couple of years. There are a couple of super hot topics, and I tried to include as many of them as possible into this lecture to give you a head start with those. Deep learning is and will stay a highly active field of research, and it has surpassed the peak of inflated expectations in my opinion, because it is already being used in many production services and systems worldwide. But there is still room for improvement, and we will still continue to see improvements. And some of the hottest topics, in my opinion, are generic adversarial networks, where you try to kind of play the networks against each other, graph neural networks that we've talked about today, and of course all of the things where you have a lot of unlabeled data and try to leverage this, including self-supervision or unsupervised domain adaptation. Because one thing and I think you agree with me, we've learned and seen in this lecture is that the data that we're training on is at least as important as the algorithm that operates on it. If we have good data and a lot of it, we can do many great things. But what if we don't have that much data, or we don't have that much labeled data? And this is why these topics are particularly interesting and particularly valuable if they make advances, because then we can, for example, pre-train on a large body of unlabeled data, and then only fine-tune on a smaller set, and therefore get good results even though we have limited data. Transformers and attention, as we've covered a couple of lectures ago, and of course explainable AI, especially with all of the regulations that are coming here. If you want to have a model, an AI model that is in a safety critical system, like operates in a safety critical environment, the model will have to explain itself. We will have to inspect this, and it has to give some explanations why it came to a certain conclusion. Therefore, this topic is also particularly interesting to study further. A few words about the next 2 weeks. So the next 2 lectures that we will have in classroom here will be your presentations, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Students will be selected randomly to present their work. So please, all of you, be prepared for the first lecture, and attending both sessions is mandatory to receive points for your exercise 3. If for some reason you cannot attend one of those 2 lectures, please contact me. One last thing that I would like to ask you at this point is, I'm constantly trying to improve this lecture, and I would highly appreciate your honest feedback on this lecture, both via TIS, which will be the official feedback. Please fill that in, and also take a few minutes to fill in this survey that I've posted here at the bottom, and as well as in the description of this video. And it basically resembles this chart here. I love to draw this in the courses that I teach, where you have 5 regions, and then you think about what about this course you would like to keep as it is, what you want more or less, or what you want me to start or stop. Obviously, participating in this survey is anonymous, and it will not affect your grading whatsoever. It's just for me, such that I can improve this lecture for the future. The last thing that is left for me to say is thank you very much for taking the Applied Deep Learning class this year. Thank you very much for attending the lectures as well as the weekly Zoom lectures. I was very happy to receive your questions. It was always exciting for me and interesting to discuss your questions, and I hope you not only learned a lot in this class, but that you also feel as excited about deep learning as I do. I wish you all the best for the future, for your presentations, and for your future studies at the TU. Have a great day.